The first step to a Tomb of the Ancients is finding a Grand Sphinx. The Grand Sphinx can be found in the realm, or you could buy a tomb key to open the Tomb of the Ancients. The Grand Sphinx has 3 attacks: large fireball, small fireball, and an aesthetic yellow Z. The large fireball does 110 damage, the small fireball weakens you and does 90 damage, and the aesthetic Z will blind you and do a lot of damage. The Grand Sphinx also has these things called Horrid Reapers, which are invulnerable to all attacks. They can be stasis, and after the Grand Sphinx gets to a low enough HP, the Horrid Reapers will disappear. The next step of a Tomb of the Ancients is getting to the sarcophaguses. To get sarcophaguses, you must either rush to them with a rogue or any other class that you choose. Rogue is probably the safest, or killing all of the enemies to get to them. The enemies would include Eagle Sentry, Lion Archer, Jackal Priest, Jackal Lord, Jackal Warrior, Jackal Veteran, Jackal Assassin, Bloated Mummy, Scarab, Red Masters, Red Minions, Yellow Masters, Yellow Minions, Blue Masters, Blue Minions. The Eagle Sentry, Lion Archer, and Jackal Priest are in a gang, as you will see them in a room commonly. The Jackal Lord, Jackal Warrior, Jackal Veteran, Jackal Assassin are in a gang. You will see them commonly together. The Bloated Mummy will explode and send out scarabs to attack you. And the Red Masters and Red Minions, Yellow Masters, Yellow Minions, Blue Masters, Blue Minions will be in a gang as well. There are also turrets on the way to the sarcophaguses, which can damage you. They can armor break, slow, paralyze you. And there's also switches in the middle of the room which can deactivate the bombs that damage you while you're trying to get to the sarcophaguses. The next step to a Tomb of the Ancients is the sarcophagus. The sarcophagus is circled by priests. If you try and attack the sarcophagus before you take out the priest, then the priest will heal the sarcophagus. Therefore, you must take out the priest, and then afterwards you take out all of the priests. You can attack the sarcophagus directly. The sarcophagus will shoot a stun, which you cannot damage for 3 seconds. The priest will also shoot weak and damage you with purple and light blue shots throughout the entire thing. If they get to low HP, they will go to the sarcophagus, and they will gain at least half of their HP back. There's also another skill when you're fighting the sarcophaguses, which involves standing in a corner with at least a bare minimum of 1 knight, where you stand in a corner, make sure the rogue doesn't activate any of the priests. You run in, you stun the sarcophagus so it cannot stun you, and you have a bunch of players group on the sarcophagus and damage it. And if you're lucky, you can break it before the sarcophagus can fully heal itself or stun you again. There's also a treasure room in the Tomb of the Ancients. It involves a sarcophagus in the middle of the room. You must attack it until all of its pots drop out of it. Once all of its pots drop out of it, you can kill it, and you'll either get a stat pot, an item, or nothing. The room has a golden floor, and you will find it randomly throughout the Tomb of the Ancients. Once you clear all the sarcophaguses in the Tomb of the Ancients, you can finally fight the 3 bosses, Bess, Nut, and Geb. Bess is the defender, Nut is the support healer, and Geb is the damager. Bess has 100,000 HP, Nut has 80,000 HP, and Geb has 90,000 HP. When you're fighting these 3 bosses, you must be very cautious when fighting them because they can be very, very tedious and they can do a lot of damage to you. Bess's artifacts would include a giant pyramid. Nuts are a little green thing that slows you. Bess's artifact, I forgot to mention, Bess's artifact weakens you. And then you have Geb's artifact, which is a blue triangle. It does a lot of damage, and you have to be very careful when fighting it. Some strategy for the bosses would be when you start off, do not hit any other boss besides Bess. Remember, the order of the bosses is Bess, Nut, Geb. When you attack Bess, he will, at about half health, he will spawn his artifacts. And then at his rage phase, he will shoot a stun shotgun. It's advised using a rogue or a G-Rum to kill him. Then you switch off to Nut. Make sure you trim the artifacts off of him before you attack him. At about half HP, Nut will spawn his artifacts, and Geb will start circling Nut. Do not shoot them during that phase. At low HP, Nut's rage is he will start shooting a paralyzed shotgun following you around the room. Geb's at half HP, Geb will spawn his artifacts and scarabs, and at his rage, he'll stand in the middle of the room and shoot a very powerful shotgun. It's advised using a rogue or a G-Rum to clear all of the rage phases. And after, you will get either a life or a Pyrrha. You can get a Pyrrha from Bess, Sphinx from Nut, and a Nile from Geb, or you can get treasure, or you can get a tomb snake, or you can get a pyramid tome. Prot tome. Thank you guys for watching the video, and